Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, everybody is having a powerful Sunday, man. I'm back for round two. I went live yesterday, and I'm back at it again today, man. I'm getting back into the groove, getting my rhythm back in regards to the streaming, man. But what's the word? Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Sunday. Y'all see the subject matter, man. I got some venting I need to do, and I'm pretty sure y'all know which direction this vent is gonna go in. But before I even start, Vin, y'all already know, man. Tap in with your boy. Give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes. Let me know what's up. Let me know what's happening. Let me know how y'all living and feeling on y'all side of town, man. What's the word? Talk to me before I start talking to y'all. Peace. What's happening, people? JB, peace. What's happening? What's the word? Hey, for sure. Yeah, we got to tap in, man. It's getting silly out here. It's getting silly out here. I'm about to have to go hit them up style. I'm about to have to go hit them up style out here, man. R.I.P. to Pop. But it's getting silly. It's getting goofy out here. It's around that time black people start getting real goofy, start saying stuff that don't even make sense. But hey, I'm about to put an end to that. Tony, what's happening? Hey, Logic on lockdown. Peace, Magic, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How we living? How we feeling on this Sunday? Tap in, man. We might have to go hit them up style, man. I'm getting sick of black folks, man. When it come to politics, when it comes to just waiting on a savior and all that type of nonsense, man. I'm just getting sick of it. So I got to tap in. I got to put this energy in the atmosphere every 4 years or so. Really, not every 4 years, almost every day, really. But definitely around this time, I got to put that energy into the atmosphere because they don't have any problems putting a certain energy into the atmosphere. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna neutralize that weak energy they putting into the atmosphere. We're gonna put some strong energy, some stronger energy into the atmosphere. Chris Lindell, Garrison, peace. What's happening? What's happening? What's the word? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? Tony, no, I ain't even see that one. I ain't see that. I ain't see that what she was on, what she was talking about. What she was talking about. But yeah, this politics, boy, politics, really. Politics. Pile of tricks. It's just a pile of tricks, man. And they throw it right in front of us, and we fall for it not only every 4 years, but like everything is political at the end of the day. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff is political. A lot of things that we overlook have political ramifications attached to it. And we fall for the okey doke. We fall for the okey doke every time. Things like 9/11, like all of these type of things, all of these type of events have political ramifications attached to it. And a lot of these events were planned to happen, and a lot of people getting their feelings when they hear certain things like that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a lot of money. It's money in war. It's a lot of money in that, man. It's a lot of money in destruction. We got to understand that. Just like it's a lot of money in disease and people being sick, it's a lot of money in destruction. It's a lot of money in war. Like if you study the basics of politics, you study the basics of politics, you will reach that conclusion. You will come across that information that will let you know how lucrative war is, how lucrative destruction is. It's money in that. It's money in destruction, fam. It's money in war. It's money in fight. It's money in that. They make money off of that type of stuff. So when you see that type of stuff going on, best believe it's some politics behind it. And when we say politics, we mean funny business. We mean deals that were made. We mean strategies that were put into place. Man, they didn't wrote all these books, and y'all don't think that these political leaders didn't help write these books and read these books and things like that let you know what's going on behind closed doors? Come on now. It's all a game. Oh, Tony, that's the thing. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because hey, little LA, peace, what's happening? I'm glad you brought that up because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. People can't build on how any of these political candidates or presidential candidates will actually help black people. Again, we going for the lesser of two evils or who we prefer. But at the end of the day, neither side gonna help black people like that. Neither side. Neither side, fam. Like I'm getting so sick of the Democratic label. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't have Democratic presidents while our people were enslaved. Man, they don't care about, like, come on, man. At the end of the day, when you talking politics, one thing you got to consider when you talking politics is money, fam. Money. Everybody has a price, man. These politicians are paid for, they are bought, and if they not bought right now, they can be bought and purchased. Fam, like, come on, y'all we can't continue to be this naive and gullible and think all we got to do is go vote and then everything is going to be protected. Like, it's not money behind these folks. Like it's not money behind these people. Come on, fam. Like, what is y'all on? I mean, I know what y'all on, but come on, man. It's rhetorical, but man, come on, we got to snap out of that. We got to snap out of that. Like, that's straight. That's what we got to snap out of, fam. That's what we got to snap out of. Like, straight up. Shakir, what's happening? Montel, what's happening? Lindell, oh yeah, we really don't even come together for that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even really unite for that. We just share a similar perspective collectively towards that. But we don't even really be coming together for real. We just go and place a vote. We still be divided at the end of the day. We still be divided at the end of the day. Like, straight up. Hey, JB, man, I did a stream maybe a month or two ago on that Project 2025, which is something that got people spooked. It's funny to me when black people get spooked, fam, when it comes to stuff like that. Doing the knowledge to our history, us getting spooked about something like Project 2025 is crazy, considering the fact of what not only we have been through, but our ancestors went through. 2025 is light work compared to what our ancestors had to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, we be getting spooked about some stuff that's really nothing. And at the end of the day, all this stuff can be corrected. All of this stuff can be become not a problem if we just get together. Get together and do our own thing. Real simple. Perfection in progress. Peace. What's happening? Hey, Shanu. Peace. What's happening? Hey, and I'm trying to tell you, people think they got to figure it out, and they'll say you part of the problem. Man, you part of the problem. If you don't participate, in voting and things like that, like this is what's funny. Like, voting is the only way to bring about some type of change. Hey, 2 Block, appreciate the cash out. Like voting is the only thing, fam. Like, last time I checked, there are other avenues towards change. We say something like, oh, if you don't vote, you part of the problem. Like, voting is the only thing that one can do to bring about change. Like, that's funny to me. You know what I mean? Like you can't start a business, hire black people, get black people into shape. Just a bunch of different things you can do. That's something I'm doing that doesn't require voting, but I'm contributing to change. I'm transforming my portion of the community without having to go vote, but yet I'm part of the problem if I choose not to vote. Make that make any sense? I'm out here elevating the bodies and the minds of a nice chunk of people, but because I choose not to vote, now I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. Not the white folks, not the people that are responsible for this system. They're not part of the problem. They're not the problem. You part of the problem because you choose not to vote. You choose not to participate in a system that was never meant for you in the first place, and you going about your life and you taking matters into your own hand instead of leaving it up to some politician or politicians, which at the end of the day, like I said, they got price tags on them. How, again, we could go down the line, from Franklin D. Roosevelt. We can go down Lyndon B. Johnson, Bill Clinton, now, like Obama. We could go down the line of these Democratic presidents that before they became president, they was telling black people all of these things that they was going to do that was going to result in some type of change, just be different, just lying, fam. Just lying. Some of them weren't lying, some of them was up front. But we could go down the line. We can go down the line, fam. We can go down the line and show and prove that these presidents, before they got selected and placed in that position, was telling black folks all this good stuff. And then when they get in there, black people like, all right, what's up? What's up? Like Brother Malcolm said, bro. Brother Malcolm said it, and I quoted it. Brother Malcolm let you know. Hey, brother Malcolm just let you know, man. Basically, what I've said. You know, the only real difference between the Republican and the Democrat, especially the white Republican and the white Democrat, is that the white Republican is more overt with the racism, with the discrimination. The black Democrat is gonna be covert with it. Make it look like they on your side, but they really not. You know, they just want to win your support, you know, so they could get some more power. You know, the more people they got backing them and supporting them, that's power to them, you know, really. That's the only difference. The only difference is the white Democrat or the Democrat in general is going to fight hard for the black support. The Republicans don't, some of them, they don't really even care about it. Some of them, they don't care about our support. You know what I mean? Which I respect that. Hey, I respect that. Tony, I'm trying to tell you, we didn't survive. We didn't survive a lot, fam. We didn't survive a lot. We didn't survive the worst of the worst. We didn't survive the worst of the worst. Bless peace. What's happening? Dion, what's happening? Man, perfect. Hey, politics. Listen, and like I've said, it's like when you have retail stores, fam. The president simply is the store manager, fam. Like if you go to McDonald's, McDonald's got a store manager. The store manager is only enforcing the rules that the top dog that you never see has passed down to him. But the store manager's got to take all of the blame when that particular store is not right and exact, it's not running up to par. Who takes the blame? It's the store manager. The store manager got to take the heat. It's never the CEO of McDonald's. It's the store manager. Whatever location you go to, that you want to speak to the store manager. You can never get in contact with the CEO. You may not even ever see the CEO of McDonald's, but you see the store manager. The store manager is the mouthpiece for the CEO. The CEO say, all right, look, boom, we're going to give you these rules and regulations. We need you to enforce them. Your power is limited. That's what the president is. The president is the mouthpiece for the people that you cannot see. The unseen hands, you know, the unseen hands. And we're gonna reveal some of these folks in due time, but that's all the president is. It's the mouthpiece. It's the mouthpiece for the folks behind the scenes that you will never see. You never see these folks. That's where the true power lies. The president is just a mouthpiece. Just a mouthpiece. Look, hey, we need you to say this. We need you to say that. You know, we're going to slide you this type of salary. We're going to take care of your family. We need you to push this forward. And if you don't, this is what will happen to you. This is what's going to happen to you. If you don't say what we want you to say, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to you straight up. So we're going to put you in this position, but we need you to push this agenda first. But before you get into this position, we need you to give up this illusion. So we need you to say these things. You know, we need you to say these things. Then when we get in there, we're going to push this. That's what we need. This how it's going to go. They let them know how it's going to go before it go like that. Like straight up. Oh, bless, man. Listen, it's because America, what they say is a corporation. But man, y'all know some of the smaller families that's behind some of this. House Morgans. You know, the Fords, like we can name a lot of them. The Rockefellers, come on now. We can name some of these families. We can name some of these families that's connected to a lot of what's going on. But it's a big corporation. United States of America is a corporation, 1,000%. You know, some of our folks have told us this. Lindell, are you saying how would have seen things if Trump would have been killed? You know, what Kendrick Lamar say? He the boogeyman. They made Trump the boogeyman for real. They didn't make Trump the boogie. The crazy thing about Trump, fam. Now again, I don't support any side, but the crazy thing about Trump is that that's the type of energy Black people really need to have. Like basically going against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Speaking how they truly feel. Like that's what we need to actually be on. You know, so that's how we really need to be approaching things. With the Trump level of audacity. Like everybody criticized Trump, but guess what? Trump is Trump though. Trump is Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump, he's Donald Trump. What you see is what you get. You know exactly what you're getting when Donald Trump is on a microphone. That's how you really supposed to be. Now again, it ain't about supporting him or not, but that's how you supposed to be. That's how you supposed to be, fam. Like that's how you supposed to teach people around you to be. Be yourself. You know, people just don't like his personality, but at the end of the day, you gotta respect the person being themselves. Whether you think they idiotic, stupid, ignorant, whatever. What you see is what you get. Instead of all this faking that be going on. Oh yeah, and tell you, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, them people okay with it, people co-signing it, people see no problem with it, people don't see people are gullible, man. People don't see how they are being used, how they are using Megan Thee Stallion. Like Megan Thee Stallion probably got a great payday for that. And I ain't mad at you. Get your bread. But like, come on, man. Come on now. Oh yeah, bless. Yeah, Jay. Trump, that's all he about. Like, I got degrees in business, and that's all Trump. Like, we had to study Trump. Like, we was reading a lot of Trump, you know, a lot of successful rappers and entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs, before Trump got into running for president and became president and all that, they was big fans of Trump. Y'all know I did a video way back quoting all the rappers that mentioned Trump in their songs, idolizing Trump. I'm from St. Louis. Y'all know the song. Y'all know Country Grammar, Bill Gates, Donald Trump let me in. Now, we was trying to get on Donald Trump's level. We looked up to Donald Trump around here. We idolized Donald Trump because he was about, as my man said, the bag. That's why all them rappers back in the day was mentioning Donald Trump in some way, shape, or form. I got Master P's book behind me. He mentioned Donald Trump. Jeezy, I'm Donald Trump in the white tee and white ones. Man, I can keep going. I can keep going. All these Black rappers that mentioned Donald Trump in their songs back in the day. Now, all of a sudden, since the world don't like the man, now they changing up they tune. Man, y'all had us rapping lyrics idolizing Donald Trump back in the day. Because all Donald Trump was trying to do was get that bread. That's all that we was on. That's all that we was on back then. We was trying to get that bread, and we knew Donald Trump was about that. And we was putting Donald Trump in all the rap songs. Like that's what we was on. Like it's so many songs, man. Like if you tap in and do the knowledge to the amount of songs, man. What was that song, man? My boy Scarface got this song, Money and the Power. He mentioned Donald Trump, man, rolling hard, stacking paper like Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, I can keep going. I think Q mentioned that man in the song a few times, maybe. But man, we done had, man, so many people that mention Trump, it don't even make no sense, man. I'll be here, like I said, I'll be here all day. I think I remember a Master P joint, put more cash in my pocket than Donald Trump, something like that. Yeah, man, man, I'm trying to tell you. We associated wealth, we associated wealth, we associated cash and money, richness with Donald Trump. That's what we did. And y'all had us rapping the lyrics. Now y'all want us to turn on me. Put that man all in the rap songs. In the 90s, boy, Trump was in all them rap songs. Come on, man. Stop playing with us. Man. All in the rap songs, man. We knew who Donald Trump was because he was in all the rap songs. But we part of the problem. That's funny to me, man. It's funny to me when I get called part of the problem, man. When people don't know the half. They don't know the half. Some people just need to be quiet, fam. Like, have your opinion, but stop assuming things about people just because they choose not to participate in certain things, especially if you're not going to be willing to hear them out or hear their side of the story. You know, and that's a lot of times the case. You know, instead of calling somebody part of the problem, ask them what they are doing. Matter of fact, sometimes you could just pay attention to what they are doing and you will come across your answer. But if you think participating in politics or voting like that is the only thing that we could do, that's part of the problem. If you think that's the only solution. And if you think that's the biggest solution. I say this all the time. How are we going to change a system that was designed from the jump to not benefit us and to keep us in a search? Please tell me, why, please get me to understand why in the world would they allow this system to ever benefit Black people severely to the point where our position changes. It will mess up the power dynamic. It will destroy the whole foundation of this system if they allow Black people to reach a certain level of power. So please, somebody get me to understand why all of a sudden would this system turn in favor of Black people? This same very system that has been in place for over 400 years. Oh yeah, Kingery, yeah, and that's what I said. It sparked the gender war. It didn't even spark it, right? It didn't. You say respark. Okay, yeah, I see that. But yeah, respark. Yes, and it all. It resparked it, but it just fit right into the narrative. It saw what was going on. It was like, all right, just perfect. We gonna feed it. It fed it. It fed the gender war that's already happening. It fed it, and folks can't even see it. And unfortunately, when I say folks, in regards to this, unfortunately, this is where I got to single my sisters out. Unfortunately, the folks that really can't see what's happening predominantly are women. They can't see it. Unfortunately, but we know why that is. They want to see a woman president. They want to see that. Like, they want to see that. They can't wait to see that. So that's blinding everything. That's blinding all type of logic. That's blinding all type of reasoning for the most part. Like, that's blinding them, you know, to the point where they think if we speak in any other way, if we not speaking in a way that supports Kamala, then we anti-women and this and that. Man, I ain't had much nice things to say about Obama, so you can't do that with me. You can't play that card with me. You can check my track record. I ain't never been a fan of these presidents and politicians, no matter what they look like. I ain't have good things to say about the Obama presidency, Bill Clinton, none of these folks. So you can't hit me with that, but that's what they are doing. If you are not speaking in a way that supports Kamala, oh, you anti-women, you don't like her because she this and that, because she's a woman and all that. No, don't like any of them. Don't like any of them. This has nothing to do with her being a woman. No, nothing to do with that at all. This could have been 95-year-old Joe. And I know that ain't his age, but you know what I'm saying? But this could have been Joe. I'm saying the same thing. I don't like Joe. Joe don't like black people, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter who it would have been, I'm going to be saying the same thing. They all puppets. They all mouthpieces. At least Donald Trump ain't trying to be a mouthpiece. At least he's saying things that he feel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At least he's saying some things that he feel. Again, not supporting Trump, but I'm saying I would rather somebody tell me how they truly feel than tell me some stuff to my face and then boom, now they get into a position of power and they don't look out for me. It's like being on a job. It's like being on a job, right? Going on a job interview. This is Democrats and Republicans. It's like being on the job interview and you had an interview. The Republican gonna tell you flat out, look, you gonna come in, this is gonna be the position that you gonna work. We don't, as far as promotions and moving up the ladder, we don't know how feasible that is. We need you to do this position and this position only. You know what I mean? Like they gonna keep it straightforward with you. We need you to come here, work this position. This is gonna be the pay. As far as moving up, we can't make any promises. A Democrat gonna tell you, well, yeah, if you do this job for 2 or 3 years and you work hard, then 2 or 3 years we may give you this promotion and it could lead to this increase and that increase. Whole while they know they're not gonna do that. They're gonna make it sound good to get you to accept the job. The Republican gonna tell you flat out, I can't make those promises, but we do need you for this job. The job you apply for. But moving up the ladder, we can't make any promises. The Democrat gonna make a promise to you. They're gonna promise you a promotion if you work right, if you work hard. If you stay with it for 2 or 3 years, they're gonna promise you a promotion. They're gonna promise you that. I done been there, done that. How many times we done been there, done that? Yeah, if you stay at this position, then 2 or 3 years, and after that, then you should probably be up here, and then after that, then you should be here and make all these promises. 5 years later, you done been on this job, you ain't moved. And you done did everything they asked you to. That's what a Democrat do to you. That's what a Democrat do. Republican gonna tell you flat out, hey, we just need you to do this. If you try to move up, hey, I don't know what to tell you. It may happen, may not happen. But for now, we need you to be on this floor. That's it. You either take it or you leave it. There are other job opportunities. The Democrat gonna lie to you. You know what? You want to move up the company? That's great. Give us 3 hard years, and we're gonna look out for you. Okay. How many times have y'all heard that on the job? How many times have you been promised a promotion, pay raise in a certain length of time, and you do everything that's asked, then the length of time hit, and they start making us stuff. They start going by the book. Well, you ain't do this and that and all that. They start coming up with every reason under the sun not to give you that promotion that they promised you 3 years ago. I promise you, I ain't the only one. I promise I ain't the only one that didn't happen to. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. I know that didn't happen to plenty of y'all. Bless that. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I remember it vividly. I remember it vividly, fam, when all that was going down. Because that's when I was just coming into knowledge of self. And I was like, man, y'all just have, and people was telling me though. And I ain't even mad at the folks that was honest with me. People were saying it. Like, man, look, I'm just happy because it's a black president. Man, they ain't care about no policies. They ain't care about nothing. None of that. They was just happy to have a black president. Some folks was admitting that to me. But that's what I was out here saying. I was like, fam, y'all literally just happy because this is a black man that's a president. I say, man, this what's about to change for us? You know, even if he wanted to, even if Obama genuinely wanted to change some things for black people drastically, they're not gonna let him do it. They're not gonna let any of these folks do that. Man, like, come on, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. If I became president and I say, you know what, I'm gonna give black people their reparations, man, I would be assassinated in 20 seconds. Because that's really what a president should be doing. Talking about looking out for black people. That's what really should happen. If any of these politicians looked out for black people, we'll be getting some reparations. Because we owed that. We are owed that. We are owed that. So if any of these politicians are true, forget all these policies, fam. Forget all that. Black people are truly owed some just compensation for what our ancestors were put through. Like, that's literally the only thing that will make me say, oh, they looking out for us. I don't care about these policies, but because policies are only as strong as the people that enforce them. We got plenty of rules out here, but then we also got crooked police officers who don't enforce the rules. So again, what is the policy if the folks that enforce the policies are crooked? It don't matter. We done been at jobs where the job has a handbook or a rule book, but you got crooked people, you got crooked managers, crooked CEOs, to where they only pick and choose when they want to enforce the rules and the handbook. So they allow certain people to bend the rules, but then other people can't. So again, I don't care about a policy, fam. I don't care about any of that, because again, the policies are only as strong as the people who enforce them. So if you got crooked people enforcing policies, then they're gonna pick and choose when they allow people to bend them and don't. That's just a reality. Y'all know that. Y'all done been there, done that. Y'all have been there, done that. Y'all have seen that. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying to be actual facts. If somebody looking out for black people, they giving us reparations. We are owed that. That's why I'm with my Nation of Islam brothers. At least their original doctrine. When they say we need to separate, you know, give a and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X was talking about, look, give up, like, however many black people are in, like, this is what you do. However many black people are in the wilderness of North America, you give us that percentage of this country. You know, give us that percentage of this country, and give us all the materials that we need to thrive for about 20 to 25 years, you know, until we able to create these things for ourselves, because y'all owe us that. You know what I'm saying? We owe that. You know what I'm saying? So if we represent 1/5 of the population, or we represent 1/4 of the population, give us 25% of this country, leave us alone, and then give us all the resources that we need to survive, thrive, and evolve for 20, 25 years, plus our reparations, all that. That's included. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. That's really somebody looking out for us. That's really us being looked out for, if y'all want to keep it real. Ain't nobody looking for us creating policies. First of all, they don't really even create policies for us that benefit us. But again, policies don't mean much. Policies get broken every day, B. Rules get bent every day, B. Like, y'all know what movie this come from. You know what I'm saying? Like, policy, rules, and all that get broken every day, B, by the people that wrote them. By the people that wrote them, fam. So where the reparations at? Where the money that we owe? We got other groups of people, other ethnic groups have received reparations from the United States of America. Why haven't we received it? And we went through the works. We went through the work. Why nobody talking about that? Y'all want all these policies and these tax benefits. Let's talk reparations. Let's talk that. Let's talk about other ethnic groups receiving reparations, and they people ain't go through a quarter of what our people went through. Our ancestors were enslaved, stripped of their culture, stripped of their language, everything. And then, like, they were stripped of everything, not given the proper tools to succeed, wasn't even able to educate themselves, and then all of a sudden was so-called free, thrown out here in society, in a society that they were just not hip to. And then when they go out there in society, all they knew was slavery. All they knew was being enslaved. You throw them out there into a society that they were not coached to succeed in. Then you tell them go out there and earn a living. They got to come right back to you. Now they got indentured servitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that don't even make any sense, man. I'm about to enslave a group of people. Don't teach them how to succeed out here. Like, I'm about to create the rules of the game. Don't teach them the game. Keep them enslaved. Keep them deaf, dumb, and blind. Don't allow them to educate themselves. Then one day I'm going to just throw them out there and be like, all right, go succeed. And then when they don't succeed, I'll see y'all stupid. No, I know they're going to come back. I know they're going to come back to me because they have to. They don't know the rules of the game. You know, they start creating things like black slave codes and all that. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just nonsense. You know, we are owed so much money, it's ridiculous. Give us our reparations. That's the only conversation. That's the only conversation that black people should be having. Only conversation. Reparations. If we ain't talking about that, we ain't talking about nothing. That's all. Like reparations, and in my opinion, separation. And then people hear us talk about separation. When people hear us talk about separation, they think, oh, well, black people can't get along with each other. I don't care, fam. We can let us deal with our own problems, though. We don't need these wicked folks tampering with we can deal with our own problems. We can deal with our own problems. Ain't nobody ever just sat here and said, nor or any of us not even gullible. We didn't did the knowledge to history. We know we didn't always have tribalism and things like that, but we were even able to coexist under that. Again, it's rules and regulations when it came to tribalism. Look, this our side of town, it's your side of town. If y'all get caught on this side of town, this is what's going to happen. But we're not going to strip you of your culture, your language, and this and that. But we got rules. Now you will become a prisoner of war if it's like that. So again, man, we gonna have rules and regulations. We gonna have tribes, but I would rather us deal with that amongst each other instead of some folks that don't want to see us thrive. So again, don't think that we talk about separation and we think everything gonna be peaches and cream. And we know it ain't. Come on now. We know it's not. We know it's not. But let us solve our own problems. We grown, we capable enough. We don't need them. We don't need them to be solving our problems. Come on now. Terenzo, God is peace. What's happening? I'll bless the show. Tony, yeah, they not. I'm trying to tell you, they not gonna let it happen, man. And anytime them type of conversations are being held, it's not gonna end well for the person having them conversations, bro. If there's a politician, if there's somebody in power that's talking about giving us reparations, it's not gonna end well for them. It's just not. Especially if it's sounding like they're going to follow through with it. It's not going to end well for them. I promise you it's not. But like I said, we are owed that. This ain't even up for discussion. We are literally owed that. We are owed that. Like that's just we owed that. We passed due on that. We passed due on that bill. Like matter of fact, we owe reparations plus interest. That's how they do us. When they don't get their money in a certain amount of time, they tag on interest to it. So we are not only owed reparations, but we are owed some interest on top of that. Because we got to factor in inflation. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we owe reparations plus interest. Straight up. All these other groups receiving reparations and we didn't. Who went through something worse than us? I'll wait. And I wish somebody would get on here talking about the Holocaust and Jews and things like that. Like that amounts to what the original people of the planet Earth went through. I wish y'all would. I wish y'all would get on here and say that. Wish y'all would. who went through what we went through, and we haven't received anything for that. Y'all talking about policies and things like that. Like that's going to make up for what happened to our people. No. Emphatically no. Like emphatically no. Like when people, like, look, yeah, stuff, money can't bring people back, but what happens when you deal with the court? You know what I mean? And you got situations popping off. People reach a what? They reach a settlement. You know what I'm saying? Like if a wrongful death or something happened, and you take a corporation to court, they reach a settlement. You know what I'm saying? They reach a settlement for an undisclosed amount of money. This is what happens in court. Such and such, they reached a settlement. Where is our settlement? Where is our settlement? We have not. Come on now, we ain't reached no settlement. They talk policy. They don't write policies for the wrongful death. You take them to court and they reach a settlement. Or before sometimes they even get to court, they try to offer you hush money. They don't say, all right, we're going to change the policy at the job, or we're going to change the policy. No, reach a settlement for an undisclosed amount of money for the most part. So I don't want to hear nothing about no policies, man. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. We didn't survive the harshest of harshes when it comes to policies. You know what I'm saying? Our people back in the day survived the harshest policies on the planet. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't go to the same bathrooms as white folks. Like, come on, man. Like, everybody, I don't care about policies, man. Give us what we are owed here. Give us what we are owed. Like I say, we are at least owed that. King for sure. Yeah, hey. But see, this is the thing about us having our own nation. Because you got to think about it from a historical standpoint. They colonized plenty of African countries where it's nothing but our people. So even when it comes to creating our own nation, you got to build the nation in a way that we don't allow them to colonize it. We got plenty of Africa and African countries are almost just about probably worse when it comes to being whitewashed. Man, you know how many of them Africans over there praising and worshiping white Jesus and things like that? Like them Africans, they got them Africans good. And technically, those are black nations, like the African nations, them black people. Went over there, they colonized. So even when we have our own nation, we got to set up this nation in a way to where we don't allow them to colonize it, infiltrate it, and all of that. Because that's what they've done. Before our people got enslaved, we had our own nations. And we trust these white folks. And then we became colonized. So we got to take that a step further because we had our own nations and they came and colonized because we trusted them. Man, you go over to Africa, man, I'm trying to tell you, them Africans be so brainwashed, it's crazy. A lot of them so brainwashed, whitewashed, and westernized that it's crazy. You got to go deep off in the trenches to find the African cultures that are still tapped into their roots, and they got them living off the grid. They got them living off the grid. Like them, you got to go deep off in the jungles almost to find the original, like them original cultures. Go deep off. You know what they call them? What they call it when they go over there in some of those tribal areas. What they call them? Missionaries. Fam? Missionaries. Man, I can't stand white people, bro. I can't stand it. I cannot stand that. I forget that I forget that little island at one time when them white missionaries went over there and them Africans or whatever they were killed them. Man, don't y'all come over here. They wasn't playing with them. Man, don't come over here. That's the type of stuff, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff we got to do. We can't be talking to them. But anytime we create our own and we start talking to them, it's not going to end well for us. It's not going to end well for us, fam. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to end well for us. But they be killing me, missionaries. Like, they got to go civilize. Like, they took the road. They basically took our teachers when we say we got to civilize the uncivilized. They went in, yeah, we got to civilize these folks and call ourselves missionaries. We got to give them the white religion. And that's what they did. That's what they did. That's what they did to a lot of African countries. They went, sent missionaries, and that's what they went and did. Colonize them. Ace the straight shooter. Hey, appreciate that donation for sure. Hey, and I was just saying that earlier. Brother Malcolm definitely tapped in on that. Definitely tapped in. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, Brother Malcolm, especially at that time, the Nation of Islam was on point with what they were saying. It was on point. They was on point with it, man. Hey, I wish people like Khalid Muhammad and Brother Malcolm, man, was still here, man. I wish, man. Amos Wilson, like all the people. Hey, man, listen, Steve. Shoot, man, I just wish all of them. Man, I wish all of them was here, man. George, all of them. Steve Coakley. I wish all of them, man, was still here, man. It'd be crazy. I know who I'll be riding with. I know who I'll be riding with for sure. Oh yeah, Tony, yeah, right. That's the missionary. And then, hey, think about it. Like you could even use that. Like just think about the term, fam. Think about the term because we know these white folks wicked, right? And we know these white folks wicked. They twisted. And what Kendrick say about Drake now? What Kendrick say? You a fan? They freaky. They freaky. So what else do missionary mean? What else do missionary mean, fam? Y'all know where I'm going with that. You know what I'm saying? So they call themselves missionaries. What else when you think of freaky terms, what does that mean as far as a position? What's happening when somebody's in a missionary position? Come on, man. White folks, they freaky. They freaky. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a mission, and then they know what they're going over there to do. They know what they're going over there. They freaky. You know what I'm saying? They freaky, fam. I can't stand they freaky. That's what they be on. They be on that too. And Elena, yeah, you don't. You don't. You know what I mean? Like again, I tell people all the time, you can study nature, we can learn a lot. But you don't see them lines type. You don't see them, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them like, all right, man, let's go ahead plan a way to take over the world. No. You don't see that. You don't see a snake and a rat coming together planning things. And that snake gonna eat the rat. You know what I mean? Like that's what's gonna happen. You don't see that happening. You don't see the prey and the predator coming together to plan, strategize. You don't see that happening. You don't see it happening. No, you see that happening when it comes to us. But you don't see that happening when it comes to the animals in nature. That's tapped in. But you do see that happening with us. That's what we do. Prey and the predator, we come together with them, thinking all of a sudden they're gonna forget their true nature. All of a sudden. Like that's what we on. Hey, Nikki Peace, what's happening? Like that's what we be on. The prey, the predator. We coming together thinking we finna coexist. Hey, Garland, peace. What's that? Peace to everybody that's tapping in. Yeah, Terenzo. Hey, certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. That's what they are, man. That's what they are. Oh, bless. The stimulus. Hey, I don't know if I did a live on that. I can't remember. I probably did. But to me, I mean, it was a test, but it really wasn't because they already knew what we was going to do. They knew we wasn't going to take any of that money and invest it in our own communities. They knew that we was going to simply take that money and we were going to blow it and give it back to them. And that's what we did. And then don't give me the PPP loans. Not only did we blow a lot of that money and give it back to them, but then we blew it. And then a lot of people ended up getting locked up for lying and falsifying things. So not only did some folks get it and blow it, give it back to the folk, but then they ended up getting locked up, man. They ended up getting in all type of trouble. So it was a test, but it wasn't, man. They knew what we was gonna do. They're like, yeah, we're gonna give them this little stimulus money, and they finna just spend it. They finna just give it to us. They finna give it right back to us. They ain't gonna do nothing with this money but give it right back to us. Hey, David, peace was having Terenzo for sure. I remember was that Nick Grant. He said sometimes you gotta pray with an E. You know, black folks, we mastered getting on our knees and praying, but now we gotta turn it. Hey, sometimes we gotta pray with the E. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know what I mean by that. Yeah, Terenzo, that's why I say along with the reparations, separation, which give us the money and now leave us alone. So now we have to take this money, distribute it amongst ourselves. That's the key part that people might overlook. Like that's the key part that people might overlook. We got to take that money. Now y'all leave us alone. Leave us alone. We take the money. We not taking this money and giving it back to you. No, give us this money now. We separate. Like that's the biggest key. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest key. Again, like if we gonna play by these monetary rules, that's the key. All right, boom. Now leave us alone. Leave us alone. Because there's no use in getting it if we give it right back to them. So the key is like give us that, but then that's why they say separation. So we separate, give us what's owed to us, and y'all stay on that side. We ain't breaking bread with y'all. But give us what we owe though before we part ways. That's important. Because y'all owe us that. We ain't asking y'all for that. We ain't asking for a favor. Give us what y'all owe us. Danny, peace, what's happening? And I remember Malcolm in one of his books where it was his speeches, and it was people asking questions. You know, they asked, and they was just like, hey, you know, Malcolm, why are you asking for that? It wasn't reparations phrased in the book, but it was like, why are you asking for them to give you X, Y, and Z? And Malcolm was like, I'm not asking them for anything. We are demanding what we are owed. So we're not asking. Like, this is owed to us, fam. You know, like when you asking for something, you asking for a favor, you asking for a handout. This is something that's owed you. I can't, if I give you, listen, if I give you some money, fam, and you owe me that money, but I'm not asking you for that. Like, that's my money. You owe me that. I'm not asking for my money back. No, give me my money back. You owe me that. This is not it's not a question. I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you for permission to give me my money back that I loan to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the reparations. Malcolm was like, we're not asking for anything. We are demanding what's owed to us. That's the difference. I'm not asking you to just give me 20 million, give me 25 million, give me 25 billion. No, I'm telling you, this is what's owed to us based off of the damage you caused via our ancestors and things like that. This is owed to us. This ain't no handout. We deserve this. This is ours. Like, we built this country. You know what I'm saying? We built it. Blood, sweat, and tears. Our ancestors built this country. And what did they get paid for? T-Life, peace, what's happening? What did our ancestors, what compensation did they get for building this country? Somebody let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. But what compensation did they get for building this country? Who reaped most of the benefits from the black labor at that time? And as I'm telling you, built this whole country. Them white folks couldn't stand the heat. They would have died trying to build this country. Straight up. They would have died, fam. Would have died. They can't stand the heat. They ain't equipped. You know what I'm saying? So, but what did our people get for that? T-Life, man, we gonna take that wait and see approach. David, I didn't see that particular interview, but I have seen some Judge Joe Brown interviews. I didn't see that particular one up. I didn't see that one. But yeah, they benefited. So again, if our ancestors didn't get anything for that, and we built this country, like, come on, just give us what we owe, man, and let's go about our living. Let us do our thing. Let us do our thing, man. Let us go about our daily living, man. Give us our bread, give us what we owe, and keep it pushing. Until then, I don't want to hear nothing about policies and things like that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear something about giving us what we are owed. That's the only thing that's going to make a significant difference for us. And then sending us on our way. Giving us a nice chunk of this country, of this land that we built, that our ancestors built, that we continue to build, really. You know what I'm saying? Giving us a nice chunk of this country because we deserve it, you know, and then leaving us alone. Don't give us a chunk, then start bothering us. Nah, leave us alone. Y'all do y'all thing on y'all side. We do our thing on our side. And we good. Until then, there's nothing to discuss. Until then, there's nothing to discuss. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I gotta tap out, man. I gotta wash the locks and all that type of good stuff, man. Just want to get on here real quick, get some things off my chest, man. But I appreciate y'all tapping in, appreciate the donations, cash apps, all the love. I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying what's left of y'all weekend and the rest of y'all Sunday. Hey, I'm out though. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna tap in when I tap in. Peace.